Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Old Time Rock and Roll. I'm your host, David Tare, where I've been featuring my personal top 3,000 songs of the rock era from 1954 to 1999. Today I'm up to song number 2778, and that one is Blue Jean by David Bowie. And this came out in 1984. I think it reached number 8, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, it was released on his album entitled Tonight, which looks almost the same. And David Bowie, here's a picture of him. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, are familiar with him. He was very, very famous. He was one of the first glam rock artists of the early '70s. You can tell he was very androgynous. He had that kind of androgynous image. I believe he was bisexual as well, which isn't too much of a surprise. But he was an amazing musician. I mean, I think he's one of my favorite rock artists. He had a very, very successful career. He was born in London, 1947. He died just a few years ago, 2016. I think he died 2 days after his birthday. 69. His 69th birthday. Um, we're all gonna miss him. And besides being a amazing musician, he's also been in a lot of movies, and he was also very creative in general, very artistic. And now I think I'm just gonna go through his hits. So his first hit in 1969 was Space Oddity, and he was a little bit more popular in the UK, his native country, than he was in the USA. But he was also very, very successful here in the USA as well. And his first hit, like I said, came out in 1969. That was Space Oddity. That was a number one song in England, but it only got to number 15 in the United States. And I think it was re released in the USA in 1973. I think in '69 nobody really heard of him yet here in the United States, and then in '72 he had his next string of hits. He had Changes, which just barely missed the top 40 in the USA. Went to number 41. I don't think it was released as a single in England. Then he had Starman, which went to number 65 in the USA, number 10 in the UK, and the Genie, which went to number 71 in the USA and number 2 in the UK. Then in 1974, he had Rebel Rebel, which went to number 64 in the USA, number 5 in the UK, and Young Americans, which went to number 28 in the USA, 16 or 18 in UK. And then 75, he had his first number one hit in the USA, and that was Fame. And that went to number 17 in England. And then later that year, he had Golden Years, which went to number 10 in America and number 8 in England. And then in '76, he had a song called TVC 15. I'm not even familiar with that one, but that one went to number 64 in the USA, number 33 in the UK. '77, he had Sound and Vision, which went to 69 in the USA and 33 in or 31 in the UK. In '81, he had a hit along with Queen called Under Pressure. That went to number 29 in the USA and number 1 in England. In 1982, he had Cat People, which I believe was the theme song for the movie of the same title. I believe he starred in it. I never saw that one. Didn't really appeal to me. I'm not a big horror fan. I think it was a horror movie about people that turn into cats. Just not my cup of tea. So he had Cat People, subtitled Putting Out Fire, which went to number 67 in the USA and number 26 in the UK. In 1983, he had Let's Dance. That was the second number one in the USA. That was also number one in England. And then he had China Girl, which went to number 10 in the USA, number 2 in England. And Modern Love, which went to number 14 in the USA, number 2 in England. In 1984, he had the song I'm featuring today, Blue Jean, which went to number 8 in the USA, number 6 in the UK. And then he had Tonight, which went to 53, both in the USA and UK. In 1985, he had This Is Not America, which went to number 32 in the USA and number 14 in the UK. And then he also had Dancing in the Street, which was a duet with Mick Jagger. Excellent song, excellent video too. I remember when they did that one for USA for Africa. I watched that on TV. Yeah, amazing, amazing version of that song, originally done by Martha and the Vandellas in '64. But Mick and David Bowie did an amazing cover of that, which went to number 7 in the USA and number 1 in the UK. And then in '86, he had Absolute Beginners, which went to number 53 in the USA, number 2 in the UK, and Underground, which went to number 18 in the USA, number 21 in the UK. In '87, he had Day In, Day Out, which went to number 21 in the USA, number 17 in the UK. And Time Will Crawl, which went to number 71 in the USA, number 33 in the UK. And Never Let Me Down, which went to number 27 in the USA, number 34 in the UK. In '95, he had The Heart's Filthy Lesson, which went to number 92 in the USA and number 35 in the UK. Finally, in 2015, he had Black Star, which went to number 78 in the USA, number 61 in the UK, and Lazarus, which went to number 40 in the USA and number 45 in the UK. So those were his hits. Very, very prolific writer, like singer and songwriter, like I said, and also one of my favorites, even though he's a pretty strange guy. Um, and what do I want to say about the song Blue Jean? Not too much. I don't think it was one of his best songs. It was a top 10 hit, but it's really just kind of a simple love ballad. I guess he's interested in this woman named Blue Jean, and it's pretty sexual, and that's not one of my favorites of his. But I do really like him as an artist, and it was my privilege to feature him today. So that's my profile on Blue Jean by David Bowie. Thank you for watching. You guys rock, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.